All right. Event times. Monday we got Michaela, Annalie, and Asa and Elizabeth. Annalie and Asa Elizabeth, y'all are the last ones in front of those judges. So you end the day with that particular judge. Michaela, you are going to be like number 2 or number 3 going in your group. So you're going to kind of be in the middle there. So that is how that's going to work. Tuesday, Allison, you are first up on the docket. So bright and early at 8 o'clock for your event. And then from there, Georgia 9:50 and Joss, you are at 10:30. So we're a little more, well, 10, yeah, but we'll get there early, and so we're a little more spread out on Tuesday. So there is your event times. I do know how many is in your event. I will tell you as soon as you are done with your event. I want you to go in there, ready to compete at your highest level. I don't want you to know if there is 1 person or 12 people. Yes?
Do you know about the tests?
I do not know how many is in the tested events. We will find all that out on that Tuesday night. But for the schedules, I've been able to comb through the schedules and figure out how many is in everything. Who are you rooming with? There's your rooming lists. Typically, in the past, I kind of, talk and figure out who is friends with who and who is comfortable with who. But just looking at the makeup of our groups, there are some very strong common interests, and it was very, very easy just to say, well, this room and this room fits together, and this room and this room fits together. Coop is rooming with his mom, so that's why there is a room of 3 on that end. So congratulations.
One of us gets our own bed.
Y'all lucked out. But there are your rooms. The person at the top of the room is kind of the key person for that room. So when I say, hey, is everybody in your room here? It is that first person in line. And I don't know why those aren't sub-bulleted in room 4. But you're the one going to look and be, is everybody in your room here? Is everybody in your room here?
No.
And you'd be able to give me those check-offs. All right. A few other little items that need to be touched upon before we adjourn for the day. Number 1. We know that we are not going to be here. You need to be asking your teachers over the course of the next few days what you are missing next week. There are going to be some teachers that's going to look at you and say, you know what? We know what you're doing on this trip. Shh, don't worry about making up what you're missing. There's going to be a few teachers that's going to look at you and say, yeah, we're doing this and this, but only do part of it. There are 7th grade teachers that are going to be like, oh, you are missing all this stuff. Good luck.
Actually, Miss Cat is pretty nice about making it.
I love Miss Cat.
Mr. King make us make up everything.
She'll give you something and then
Yeah, we're not in those off
she'll give you something and then she'll say that you have to take
Miss Cat.
Hey, folks. And here y'all go again. Just kind of running off on your own. Now, I did want to bring this up just to make sure that you know this, my little 7th graders. Because it is the hardest grade. Miss Burton emailed going, am I reading the calendar right? That you're going to be gone 3 days next week? And I'm like, yeah, it's on the calendar. It's been there for months.
Oh, no.
It's the same time every year. And her reply is, okay, we are doing TCAP practice writing. Those essays are graded also. This will be a lot to make up, and they will miss out on timed practice and peer editing. I hate it for them.
So do we have to make it up?
So, I made sure, I made sure in my email to all the teachers in the building to remind them that West Middle School has a 3-day policy from the time you come back. So, we come back on that Thursday, meaning you have until Monday to turn in that work.
Actually.
If they will not let you turn it in on that Monday, I need to know immediately, for I can go to administration on your behalf. For those of you on math team who is also missing Thursday,
Well, till Tuesday.
that you have until Tuesday. Again, if they will not accept your work, I need to know about it so I can go to administration and fight for you. Because that is not right. You get your 3 days. But you better believe if you don't have it in 3 days, they will hit you with a 0. So be very proactive. Ask now about what you are missing. We already kind of brought up the rules about the kitchens. Let's talk about being in other people's rooms.
No.
Yes, you are friends with a lot of different people. You know, there are boys who are friends with girls. There are girls who are friends with boys, and we're not talking about dating. You are not permitted to be in a member of the opposite sex's room without an adult present. Now, you know, Ace and Elizabeth, I know that y'all have an event that you are together and you will need to practice that event together. You cannot do it in a hotel room unless there is an adult present with you while you are practicing. Where do you need to practice in that case? In the lobby of the hotel. In the hallway of the hotel. Somewhere where it is a big open area. If you get caught in a hotel room of the opposite sex and that door is closed, we are calling a mama, we are calling a daddy. Somebody's coming to pick you up and you are coming back. There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no, well, you go home. And then once we get home, then you will also have repercussions coming from administration. It's not a good look. And I did say mamas and daddies because, you know, when daddy finds out his little girl had a boy in the hotel room, ain't going to be pretty. There's going to be some very unhappy people. So don't do it. Hang out with your friends. Again, you can go down to the lobby and hang out. That is a perfectly acceptable place for you to be. There's a lot of tables down there. There's a lot of different little areas. You can definitely hang out down there. But not in each other's rooms. Do we understand? Hotel does have a pool. We're not doing the pool at the hotel. Again, that's a whole nother can of worms that I'm not ready for us to deal with on the middle school level. Is the high school going to get to go to the pool? Possibly. But they're still question marked on their end. So, but we are not going to the pool. They do have a fitness center. During certain hours, you are allowed to go down and run on the treadmill and that type of stuff. I think there's some rules that go along with that. We'll let you know once we are at the hotel. Tipping. Oh, go ahead.
So, is the bullet? I've never seen it. But is the bullet sketchy?
I have no idea. I don't go.
Oh. Because of the.
Plus, I don't want my middle school bunched up with all these high school kids who's also going to be in it. So, well, nationals is a different thing. Nationals is different than state. Tipping. As we go out to eat, y'all, if we go to a restaurant where, you know, there's going to be somebody who comes over and takes your order and brings you your food and refills your drinks, you need to make sure you tip on that order when you are done. Some of you have probably never done this in your lives. If you don't know how,
It's 15%.
and you are unsure, ask. Standard tipping is 15. Most people expect about 20 nowadays. The easiest way to figure out how to tip, calculator, 10% times 2. So if your bill is $22, 10% of 22 is $2.20. Times it by 2, that's going to be $4.40. So leaving them a 4 or leaving them 5, in that range, you're in good shape. But you are expected to tip if you go and do a sit-down restaurant as one of your choices while we're out. And you'll end up sitting at a restaurant at some point while we're there. You're not going to be able to eat Five Guys every single meal. Weather right now looks pretty good. We're going to probably walk from where we're at to downtown. It's about a 12 to 15 minute walk. It's not bad. There are some homeless people in Chattanooga. Do not interact with the homeless people. Say, we had 2 years ago, we were again at Five Guys, and this homeless man come up with some flowers and was trying to hand flowers to people, and somebody ended up taking it. And well, now he wanted to be paid for the flower that you took. And then when they tried to get the flower back, he got really upset because you took it, it's now yours, you bought it from him, he wanted money. Do not interact with the homeless people. Just ignore them and keep walking. When we walk, we usually walk in a group. I am usually either at the very front of the line and the adults are spaced out through you, or I'm at the very back of the line, and I will zigzag in and out as I see folks that potentially could bother us. Do not interact. Just ignore and keep on going.
Did whoever it was end up paying?
I ended up stepping in. Don't need to worry about that. So, chapter shirts we've already talked about. Devices. Presentation events. And I just want to double check and confirm. Presentation events. Alright. Jocelyn, you said you were hoping to bring a laptop, but for me to bring a Chromebook just in case. Still the case? Alright. Elizabeth, you said you were bringing a laptop for... You might need a charger. What kind of charger does it take? Same time? Okay. Michaela. You have your own device. Okay. Georgia.
I think I might have one. I'll have to ask.
Because I can bring Chromebooks. In fact, I may be able to bring your Chromebooks from here. I have 6 presentations, and then yours is a speech, yours is better. As far as any other devices go, if you want to bring a laptop with you, you can bring your own personal laptop. I've been asking, can I bring my Switch? Sure. Can I bring a tablet? Yes. You are 100% responsible for those devices. So, you keep up with it. It is your responsibility. You cannot come running up to me going, Mr. Kamak left at the convention center, what do I do? Well, we'll go look, we'll go check lost and found, but, I can't help you if you've lost something like that. We will do what is within the realm of what we can do, but I can't buy you a new Switch because you left it laying somewhere. Questions, comments, concerns? Do you have anything you would like to add or any questions on your end? Alright. Alright. So, I said 4 o'clock. We are at 4 o'clock. If you are able to work dam rings, again, we're